to tell the story as authentically as we could, and you need to have certain plot points because he did do these things.
Over the weekend, I watched Monster: The Jeffrey Dahmer Story on Netflix. First of all, absolutely terrifying and extremely disturbing. The very first episode had me clutching a pillow for life support. But secondly, Evan Peters, the lead actor playing the titular serial killer, was completely unrecognizable. Many may already know how talented this actor is, but if you don't, well, I'm Adam Andrews with Where Are They Now, and today we're going to talk about Evan Peters and everything he has done up until now, and then just a dash of some controversy. Let's just jump in. Evan Thomas Peters, if you haven't already gathered, is an actor, and is well known for playing non-typical characters. His roles historically have been outcasts, goofballs, and those living outside whatever societal norms are present at the time. It just fits with his whole non-typical look thing. Born in St. Louis, Missouri on January 20th, 1987, Peters grew up in the suburb of Baldwin, moving to Grand Blanc, Michigan in 2001 with his family, and this is where he began to work pursuing modeling and taking acting classes. But it wasn't until he was 15 that Evan moved to Los Angeles with his mom to pursue acting specifically. In LA, he attended Burbank High School as a sophomore, but a little later was homeschooled instead. Evan's early career was pretty successful in my humble opinion. In 2004, he starred in the film Clipping Adam, for which he won an award for Best Breakthrough Performance at the Phoenix Film Festival. And in that same year, he also had a role in the MGM movie Sleepover, as well as the ABC drama series The Days. Starting in 2004 and going till 2005, he had a recurring role in the first season of Disney's Phil of the Future series as the title character's best friend. And the following 2 years, 2005 and 2006, he played Jesse Varon in the ABC sci-fi thriller series called Invasion. Like most actors early on in their careers, Peters had a bunch of roles in different commercials for Sony PlayStation, Sour Patch Kids, Papa John's, and more. He also had some theater roles as well in productions like Oliver Twist. He had various supporting roles in a few different films like An American Crime in 2007 and Gardens of the Night and Never Back Down, both in 2008. Also in 2008, he had a recurring role on One Tree Hill as Jack Daniels. Other than all of that, he also had one episode guest roles in a bunch of different shows including Monk, House, The Mentalist, In Plain Sight, Parenthood, and The Office, which was a hilarious episode. Just saying. In 2010, he played a supporting role to Aaron Taylor Johnson in Kick-Ass, but was unable to return for the sequel in 2013 because of a little show called American Horror Story. Despite all that he had already done before, American Horror Story, created by Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk, gave Peters his breakthrough role in the form of Tate Langdon in the very first season in 2011. If you have never seen American Horror Story, no worries. The show is, surprisingly, a horror TV series for the cable network FX. It follows a sort of anthology style, with each season being its own self-contained miniseries in a way, following different sets of characters in the fictional world of the series. Sometimes the show has moments inspired by true events, and the story of each season plays out in full with a start, a middle, and an end. The cool thing about this show is that a lot of the actors come back for different seasons in different roles, and usually those roles are much different from their previous season's role. It's both a really cool concept for a show, but also an incredibly well done and well performed series as well. But this is about Evan Peters, and like I said, his role as Tate Langdon in the first season was a huge deal for him and made Peters a much bigger name. When he came back for the second season in 2012/2013 as Kit Walker, his role earned him a nomination for the Satellite Award for Best Supporting Actor in a Series, Miniseries, or Television Film. He continued on for Season 3, Coven, in 2013-2014, Season 4, Freak Show in 2014-2015, Season 5, Hotel in 2015-2016, Season 6, Roanoke in 2016, Season 7, Cult in 2017, for which he earned a Critics' Choice nomination, the 8th crossover season called Apocalypse in 2018, and skipping Season 9, he returned for the first part of the 10th season titled Red Tide. During all of that time, Peters also worked on many other projects like the comedy film Adult World alongside John Cusack and Emma Emma Roberts. He also became a superhero when he joined 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past as the mutant Quicksilver, a role which was first really good, but also he reprised it first in 2016's X-Men Apocalypse and again in 2019's Dark Phoenix. In 2015, he also starred in a horror film called The Lazarus Effect and a drama called Safe Light. In 2016, he was also in a comedy drama called Elvis and Nixon, and in 2017 he played the lead in The Pirates of Somalia, and the next year was lead again for the film American Animals. He also acted in the first season of Ryan Murphy's Pose drama series. Now, thanks to Disney purchasing Fox, Evan's Quicksilver character was transferred over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he picked up that role in the 2021 Disney Plus series WandaVision, but as an imposter, since Aaron Taylor Johnson had already played the character previously. Also, in 2021, he won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a limited or anthology series for his role in Mayor of Easttown, an HBO miniseries starring Kate Winslet. And that brings us all the way to the present, with the Netflix miniseries about Jeffrey Dahmer, which was also created by Ryan Murphy, who co-created American Horror Story. Working as an actor, specifically a popular and successful actor, means that your personal life will always be watched and talked about by the press, gossipy teenagers, and shameless YouTube channels like this one. And Peters does have a little bit of drama under his belt. I mean, other than all the awards he has won for acting in dramas. But who cares about talent and award-winning performances? Honestly, he's got like 2 celebrity gossip stories of note, none of which really paint him in a negative light, and both have to do with relationships. Back in 2012, Evan began dating fellow actress Emma Roberts, who is the niece of Julia Roberts, who he met on the set of Adult World, and who would work with him on the set of American Horror Story. The two had a pretty long relationship, but it wasn't entirely smooth. I mean, most relationships aren't, but this was like a dirt road with potholes, the kind of road you're just kind of glad to be off in the end, you know what I mean? In the beginning, they would hit red carpets together, and they were spotted strolling around cities like New York and Paris. But in July 2013, someone overheard an argument coming from the room that the couple were staying in Montreal. The argument was loud and aggressive enough that it led to the police being called. When the police did arrive, Roberts was arrested on suspicion of committing a domestic, as Peters allegedly had suffered both a bloody nose as well as a frickin' bite mark. Emma had no injuries at all, so Evan was not charged with anything, but he also chose not to press charges after Emma was released not too much later. They were then photographed afterwards with Emma crying into Evan's arms, and they released a statement together that said, quote, "It was an unfortunate incident and misunderstanding. Miss Roberts was released after questioning, and the couple are working together to move past it." In a, not gonna lie, pretty unexpected move, Evan actually proposed to Emma with a pink and gold diamond ring over the 2013 holidays, which was just about 5 months after the arrest. She wore the ring to both the Golden Globes and an American Horror Story party, but the engagement wasn't the lasting kind, and the two actually broke up in June 2015. At least, they broke up for the first time. At the time, a source said, quote, "The breakup was amicable, there was no drama whatsoever. Emma and Evan are even still friends," which must have been at least somewhat true, because 3 months later they were apparently seeing each other again after being seen holding hands and walking around LA. But what ho, another split you say? Yes, 9 months after being apparently back together, they seemed to split again in May 2016, with Evan even deleting all of their photos together from his Instagram. And in June, she had started dating Christopher Hines, but not for long, because Evan and Emma were back at it again in September of 2016, giving me whiplash from just trying to follow this damn relationship that finally came to an end in March 2019, calling off an engagement again and Evan moving out. The other relationship that we are going to talk about is the one between Evan and singer-songwriter Halsey. This relationship began publicly after the two were spotted on a trip to Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California back in September 2019. The following month, the pair made their first public appearance at American Horror Story's 100th episode party dressed as Sunny and Cher. Apparently, Halsey had a massive crush on the actor. Back in 2012, she even jokingly tweeted about her crush on him and his American Horror Story character, which hopefully she was joking, because his character, it ain't the kind to really admire. If you know, then you know what I mean. The pair seemed to have been going strong for a while, with the only real controversy coming from this really weird and random baby rumor because Evan touched her belly in a picture. A source even told OK Magazine, quote, "Their relationship may be new, but she's the girl he intends to marry." And then on his birthday, she even even tweeted she couldn't imagine a world without him, which I suppose neither of those statements were really true, since in March 2020 the couple called it quits. The cause of the breakup is not really known, but Halsey did delete all pictures of her and Evan together on her Instagram account, like most people do when they break up with someone. Evan Peters is just 35 now, and with this Jeffrey Dahmer series, plus his other recent work further showing how amazing of an actor he is, I think he has got a pretty bright future ahead of him. It's just nice to see another male actor with an unconventional look who plays the outsider, keeps things private, and isn't a horrible person, getting recognition and praise and doing well in an industry that is so often labeled as shallow. Y'all, that is all I've got regarding Evan Peters. It is a pleasure as always. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Adam Andrews. You can check me out on the Instagram if you want to. This has been Where Are They Now? And until next time, stay safe out there. Toodles.